What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Blazing Confused, the podcast where curiosity is high, logic taps out, and we ask questions no one needed answered. But now, you can't stop thinking about it.
I'm Noah.
And I'm Max. And today we're starting with something small that immediately spirals.
Why do we all agree to eat sandwiches from front to back instead of in like a circle or a square or whatever that bun or bread shape is, or however corn feels that day?
And then once we're done questioning food rules,
We're going international.
because the Olympics are starting to feel less like elite athletic competition and more like the Guinness Book of World Records.
New sport every time, weirder each cycle. At this point, I'm expecting competitive standing or fastest guy to jog politely, maybe.
So if you've ever eaten a sandwich and thought, why am I doing this like everyone else?
Or watched the Olympics and said, is this a real sport or a dare?
Well, you're in the right place.
Let's get into it.
So, sandwiches. You've all had them. Everybody who's listening, I know you, I know I have had sandwiches. Even with, we'll start with the standard sliced bread. A Wonder Bread, your local grocery store, sliced bread. When you go to eat a sandwich, do you ever wonder why instinctively we have always eaten it from like left to right, top to bottom, or right to left, top to bottom, or any variation of that pattern? It's never like we eat the middle, or we eat a corner and then another corner and another corner. You know, why don't we get crazy with them?
I mean, like, when you think about it, I ain't even gonna lie. No matter how you cut a sandwich, you always eat it front to back. With maybe like a nibble on the side or something,
Right?
the right angle or whatever I'm trying to say here, the sandwich. But like, I was talking to somebody about it the other day. They were like, well, what if you cut it in triangles? So you're going to eat it from the tip of the triangle to the back of the triangle.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Or
Well,
from
what
the
if you
back.
did it in like... Yeah, okay, if you're diabolical, if you're an absolute psychopath. I don't know who... That's like eating pizza backwards. I don't know who does that.
Hey, bro.
Psychopaths.
You know what?
Manson
I used to
did
get
that
looked
type
at
of
crazy.
stuff.
I would fold pizza hot dog style and eat it that way. I know a lot of people do, but when I first started doing that, I looked at myself like an animal because you have crust all like a full 180, like left to right. There's crust, but you fold it in half. Why don't we do that with sandwiches? Here's the other issue I have.
Can you fold a sandwich? That's a better question. I mean,
It
it sounds
depends
dumb,
on the bread,
but
dude. Get some naan bread. You can fold it. Get a quesadilla or
I'm
a
sorry,
tortilla. I'm sorry.
Did you say non-bread?
Yeah, NAAN.
It's not what I heard. I heard NON bread.
Nah, dude. Like naan bread or tortillas, you can fold those. Even pitas. Sometimes you fold a pita. That's a bread. But still,
Right. I mean, maybe
even with that,
maybe I'm
you're
just
making
poor, but I just get regular white bread, bud. I don't know.
But that's like what I'm saying. Like you use any of those other breads, you kind of make it into like a wrap almost. But even with a wrap, you're not eating it from the middle. And why? Why did we ever just be like, let's eat it from front to back or left to right, and we'll eat it methodically? Why wasn't it like you know what? Everything in the middle is going to be way more packed with whatever I've put inside this. I'm starting there. You know, like best bite forward.
I guess like the only way that I've been close to eating a sandwich from the middle,
Yeah.
it's like a Subway sandwich.
But even then,
Maybe.
like, you're still,
It's
gonna
front
get
to back, but like they
Exactly.
cut it down the middle. But like,
no, I'm saying like
not just
hold it.
taking a bite. I know what you're saying. Just like eating it like corn on the cob. Just you know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
Like,
dude. Because on corn on the cob, you're not starting on one end. I mean, sometimes you will, but you're just kind of taking a bite. With sandwiches, we've changed the game, and it's dumbfounding. Like, genuinely, take one step back and look at this. Everyone eats a sandwich in almost the same fashion. They never get crazy with it. And I've always found that it's crazy that we don't get crazy with sandwiches.
Yeah, but how do we get crazy with a sandwich?
I mean, that's a
The
good
only way I
question.
think about crazy sandwich, crazy ass toppings.
Exactly. And
Maybe.
we don't get nuts with how we eat it. And that's what I don't understand is, if somebody were to come up to you and be like, "Yo, I put marshmallows, pretzels, and a piece of ham in a sandwich and it was all right." You're not going to be like, "Oh, what the hell's wrong with you?" I mean, you might. But
I might.
if
But
they
yeah,
told you they
if I
ate a
see
ham and
somebody bite
cheese,
the middle, no, look, if I see somebody with just a 6-inch sub, right, and they're getting ready to take a bite, and then they turn that thing sideways, and they just right out of the middle, I'm calling the fucking cops.
but that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't call the cops on the dude who made a marshmallow peanut butter or a marshmallow pretzel ham sandwich, but you see somebody eat a sandwich like a corn
No,
on the
but I
cob.
might keep a watchful eye on him because I'm sure he's next in line to take the bite out of the middle of a sandwich. He's one step away from that. But that guy who took the bite out of the middle of the sandwich, he's a dangerous man. Okay,
I mean,
he don't live by any set of rules. The guy takes
you're
the bite
right.
out of the middle of the sandwich. It's
He's like
crazy.
Liam Neeson from Nobody, or not Nobody. Liam Neeson from Taken. He's like, I'm a man of certain set of skills, but instead of killing people, he just eats sandwiches. Fucked up.
Oh God,
He's
that
just a
really
corn
grinds my
sandwich eater.
gears.
So,
Oh,
with that being said, man, if you eat a sandwich wrong, people will absolutely judge you. Obviously.
110%. I think you should be on a watch list. First, I might ask you, hey, why did you eat your hamburger in a circle?
Yep.
Okay. And if you answer that with, A, why don't you eat your hamburger in a circle? Or, well, that's the shape of the bun, is in a circle. So I eat it in a circle. I might go and get my nearest psychiatrist so that they can do a study on you.
Oh.
Because 110% what needs to happen.
Oh yeah. I agree with you. But hear me out though. You start eating a sandwich in a new way, people judge you. But if you invent a brand new sport, like something that no one's ever heard of,
Or if you just convince enough people that what you do for a hobby is a sport. Yeah.
take it to the Olympics.
Oh, yeah. You want to get into this? Let's do this. All right.
Yep.
Folks at home, I'm going to let you know I might upset you. And I do apologize in advance. These are my opinions and my opinions only. Nobody has to agree with them. But let me tell you, I think I'm right. And here's why. I have a list of like 5. But my top 3
Uh-huh.
craziest Olympic sports that I don't know
If
how
you
they're a
say my
sport.
favorite, dude, we're fighting.
I don't care. You know what? There's almost a tie for number 1, and it's hard. But you have ping pong,
All
and
right.
then
All right.
I don't care. I don't care. I
I
went
don't
there.
even need to hear the rest of the 5. You're wrong.
Speed walking. You tell me that
Okay,
speed walking is that
that
little
one.
sport? Well,
How is ping pong at number 1?
dude, it's ping pong.
You've
Okay,
got speed walking, bro. What about breakdancing? Do you remember that?
that's my third. I was there with that 3. Okay, that's
Again,
my
how
third.
is ping pong still at the top?
Okay, so I look at it this way. Speed walking. It's not like they speed walk through a mall to see which mom can get
Dude.
to the baby gap quicker or whatever,
Yep.
No, like it's speed walking for a while. I mean, they go a distance, and I ain't gonna lie, they got some big calves for doing it. But
Uh,
you're
hold
just
on.
speed walking. It's not really a skill.
But
All right,
hold
it's more
on.
just going. Now, you know what I
What
can
if
play
we?
ping pong at my grandma's house with my cousins on Thanksgiving. All
Okay,
right. Do you
but you're not
see
playing
me
it.
getting a gold medal for it? Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Okay.
but okay, if you're
There
playing
is
at the skill of
no
these people,
of no, I don't care. You have never seen my Uncle
you've
Kenny's
never
curveball
seen.
off
You've
of a
never
ping
seen.
pong paddle.
Look,
I'm telling you, nope, nope. You're
I'm
not going
telling
to change
you,
my mind. It's ridiculous.
ping pong at least requires skill. Here, let's fix the speed walking because I agree, it's ridiculous. Ping pong though, if
Hand-eye
you're playing at
coordination.
that level,
Yes.
yeah, if you're playing at that level, it's got skill. Here's the thing about speed walking. I know a bunch of people at my local mall that could probably compete in it because they are there every morning running laps. Nobody uses a mall for shopping anymore. I watched a dude on YouTube the other day, Ryan Trahan. He's huge. He literally set up a shop in a mall and found out that like 60+% of the mall goers were just there to walk, not to shop. If you were to add obstacles to the mall or to the speed walking course, I would watch that. Make it like a steeplechase with javelin
Like
throwing.
American Ninja Warrior,
Yeah,
just
dude.
going through the mall.
Exactly. I would watch that in the Olympics. Like you have a set route they have to run and they
Well,
have
yeah,
to
who
go
wouldn't?
over certain
I
stuff.
want to know who is watching ping pong. What
I
type of
do.
crowd? Oh, God.
I'm telling you, dude.
That says a lot. It says a
Yeah, but
lot,
that's
but
that.
whatever.
Okay, listen. Again, back to having skill.
Listen, Linda.
One that I will not support that I know I could not compete in, breakdancing. How
Yeah,
in the
it's my third.
hell?
I, I don't
How did
really
we get
know,
there?
but I will say if you've ever seen the movie Kicking It Old School,
Or like step up? I mean,
yeah. Okay, Kicking It Old School is probably not the best example for breakdancing. The movie's hilarious though.
oh no, I
But
get it.
that
But like,
requires some skill, okay? That's actual skill. Now, what happened at the Olympics for breakdancing? No, not at all, okay?
okay, we're
No,
not going to name drop because everybody knows who we're talking about. Because I feel that
absolutely
it's unfair
110%.
that they have been bashed as much as they have. They went to represent their country. And this is what I will say: no matter what you're
And we don't
competing
have the
in the
money to deal with
Olympics,
their lawsuit.
yep, and no matter what you're dealing with in the Olympics, you're representing your country. That's fine. I support you in just that. You guys could literally go for apple juggling, and I would still be like, you know what? I'm glad they're there supporting their country. What I won't support is some silly ass shit like apple juggling or breakdancing. Get it out. There's no reason. I just I cannot understand how we're introducing these. Just like, you know, I don't know if you remember when you were a kid at school, you'd go to like the Scholastic Book Fair or your library at school would have it. You remember the Guinness Book of World Records? Like every year they'd come out with a new one and it would just get
Oh, yeah.
sillier and sillier. I feel like
Which
now
is,
that
yeah, crazy stuff.
yeah, now that they're not like doing as much book wise, like obviously kids still read them and it's got a website or whatever. But now that they're not generating that profit from paper, they're like, we got to partner with the Olympics, dude. We're failing. We got to keep our heads up. Let's bring breakdancing. We'll sponsor it. We'll pay for everybody to come in, but we got to keep people interested in the Guinness book. So let's keep just pumping out this weird shit. And if we give people medals, they're in.
You think this is like maybe a new thing? Like oh, hey, we had all these good sports forever, so now we'll just introduce some new things. And they got a little wild. No. Now a quick Google search will tell you. Since 1900, we've just been like, what is the wackiest thing that we can put in here?
Oh yeah. I
They
mean, it's
used to have
guaranteed.
art competitions in the
Okay,
Olympics.
but that does require skill. You can't show up and draw a stick figure and expect to win. Unless it's abstract. Then you could like throw a couple buckets of paint on there and be like, it's art.
The only one that I actually think is the best Olympic sport that they got rid of that was a wackadoodle one?
Yep.
Pistol dueling.
Dog.
You want to figure out who's the best at something? I tell you how. Put a gun
No
in each of the
shit.
head, and I bet you whoever's on the top of that podium is also the only one on a podium.
Yeah, you know what's wild is nowadays we could probably bring that back and do it without killing each other. Have you seen? There's like a bar somewhere,
What's
and
the fun
I'm
in that?
pissed. Well, I'm pissed because I can't remember where I've seen it. It was like Instagram or something like that. It's two dudes. They wear like a paintball mask. They stand. It's like an old Western duel, and people will sit there while they're drinking and watch them do this. It's wild, and I kind of want to go do it, even though I know that I'm going to go up against somebody, Billy the Kid, like reborn. He's going to be like, this town ain't too big enough for the two of us. And you, I know you ain't shooting me.
He's blaming you for burning down his daddy's farm.
Oh yeah, like I'm dead before I walk in there. And somehow too, he's probably one of those guys who's brought a real gun and like had to check it. They're like, "All right, Billy, you gotta check your real one. Here's the paintball gun. Go in there and tell that guy that he's not as cool as he thinks he is. Bring that to the Olympics. I'm down."
You know what's funny about the pistol dueling?
Yep.
You might think, oh, it was like a one and done thing. Like they were like, well, this was not a good idea. People got shot. Whatever.
Right.
No. 1906 to 1908.
I
It
mean,
was in there for
that's
2 years.
winter
They
and
thought,
summer.
Yeah, they're like, well,
Yeah,
maybe.
dude, that's wild. You know what is crazy is we accidentally somehow, like, kind of probably just like by hearing in the background of advertisements on the radio or whatever, scheduled this episode relatively around when the Olympics or the Winter Olympics are supposed to happen this year, which is nuts. So if you're listening to this and you're seeing some crazy sport that they've added, like basket weaving under the snow, tag what's going on or comment what's going on so that we know what the craziest thing is while you're listening to this. Because I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if they're like, you know, skiing while basket weaving is this year's. I would be surprised
That one,
that it wouldn't be an Olympic sport.
it wouldn't surprise me. But for any other listeners out there, could someone please explain to me curling? Since it's Winter Olympics,
Dude,
I have never understood curling. It's not like it's, hey, let's just see how hard or I don't even know the point of curling. Okay, I can't even
it's
explain my
accuracy,
argument on
dude.
why I don't like it. It's just like playing.
It's like shuffleboard for us, or like cornhole or bags. Where we're from in the Midwest, man. I mean, there's probably people who are like, "Oh, I could throw a fucking bag full of corn into a hole," but then they go to play it for the first time and they're like, "Oh, okay, wait a minute. There's like a science to this. You put one that blocks the hole and keep making them after that." That's why up in Canada, dude, they play curling like it's like a bar sport. You kind of
I'm
like
sure
it's
we got table shuffleboard here at all the bars,
right,
but
see,
you don't
so
see table shuffleboard in the Olympics.
No.
I'm sure you could get it in there next to ping
I
pong.
was just about
Because
to
they
say,
don't even.
all right,
you know
first
what,
off,
dude? I can't do it because now we're back to ping pong. But yeah, table curling. There you go. Because
I'm
do they
telling
call
you,
it ping pong in the Olympics? Nope. They got to give it a fancy name called table tennis.
it's because it's actually called table tennis.
It's
You know why it's
not,
called ping
it's
pong?
called ping
It's
pong.
because of the goddamn name it makes when you're hitting it.
Well,
Like,
it's not a sport. Okay.
That's like they would call it wrestling, like slap, 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 grab, grunt.
Watch it. It's an actual sport. Okay, if we're really getting into it, you know why I don't like table tennis in the Olympics?
Why is that? Because
They tried to get rid of wrestling because it wasn't
Okay, I
getting
do
enough
agree.
viewership. But you're gonna tell me that fucking table tennis got more viewership than wrestling?
That's because they air it at a weird time. Like, I don't know if you noticed that. I do think that wrestling should stay only because it was like the founding sports. I believe that I want to say it's only a handful of sports that were for the first Olympics. I do think they should stay. Obviously, adding new ones that are like actual sports, I think would be really cool. But they do air like different competitions at weird times. Um, Obviously, now we're in the age where you can watch any Olympic sport at any point in time based on just being able to stream it. You and I grew up in an era where you would watch it live, and that was the only way you could watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I remember getting to the point that the first DVR came out, and my grandparents had it.
yep.
You know,
Yep.
like I
So
grew up in a very blue collar home, so we got all that stuff nicer. But my grandparents are always the first one to always have stuff, that screen,
exactly.
that DVR, stuff like that. But the whole family would go over there, and you'd watch the
Oh, yeah.
Olympics. You know,
And
you'd
that's
watch.
I remember
whatever.
that doing that too.
Heck, I remember they come out with the Olympics game. I think it was like
Yep.
08 Olympics, maybe.
Yep.
If I'm correct on that, but it come out on Xbox, and I remember playing that, and I thought the wildest one that you were able to play was the it's like the triathlon, but you're skiing, shooting,
Oh yeah. Yep.
doing all that. Because I
That
was
shit's
like,
dope.
oh, man, that's an actual sport. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
sure, you can bind a bunch of things. That's pretty wild, but that's like simulating. It's like simulating combat, or not
James
combat, but like,
Bond.
yes.
Dude, I just so Netflix recently has added all the James Bond films. I don't remember which one, but there's a snow one. And I've just recently watched all of them, and it's very similar to that. And there's older ones that are snow. It's one with Sean Connery, and they're at like a allergy research facility, and they have to escape on skis. That is what that one reminds me of. Just skiing and running away from bad guys, being able to shoot.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if the Olympics ends up being like the Nintendo, Mario, or Pokemon Olympics before too long. Like just crazy shit.
Do they already have e-games in? Because if they're the e
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
because that'll be next. That'll be
Yep.
Let's see who the best
But
is.
yeah. Well, anyway, eat however you want,
Live your life.
unless it's a sandwich.
Then people will judge you.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
We genuinely appreciate every listener, subscriber that we get. Thank you guys so much.
This has been Blazed and Confused.
Olympics.